Today I'm going to be sharing with you some books that I have never used. So I am very excited. This will have to do with my middle school's curriculum for the next school year. Welcome, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschool mom. I have 4 boys. I have graduated 2. This school year, I have a middle schooler and a high schooler, a 6th grader going into 7th. So I want to look inside and share with you, because I know a lot of people are thinking about curriculum right now, what I am looking at using for my 7th grader next school year. Now, this will not be everything, and this is actually such a blessing. A friend of mine, I really had not thought about it before, but she is not using this right now. She's saving it. She has one more boy herself that she will use this for. So I am excited to look through these books, because these are books that'll not only be new to my son, but new to me. I know when you've been homeschooling for a long time, there's books that you've read 2-3 times. So these books will be new to both of us. Now, this does have to do with the curriculum that we are using. And if you're new here, we use a curriculum called Heart of Dakota. And it is a box curriculum with a Charlotte Mason style. And it also has a Christian worldview. So everything should be in this box. So I'm excited to share it with you. They do have what they call a student teacher guide. I'm looking for the right books, and this is Revival to Revolution. Now, this would be considered, for me, it's going to be a 7th grade curriculum, but it goes by skill, and in the front of the book it has ages 11 to 13. So you just need to check out the website or get yourself a catalog. That's what this is here, and see maybe where your child is, if this is a curriculum that's new to you all. It is early American history. Looking forward to that. For their middle school guides, this school year my son is using Resurrection to Reformation, which is like early church Renaissance Reformation, and then he has already used Creation to Christ. So this will be early American history, and then his 8th grade year it will be modern. But let's see what is in here. Now, there are spines, because this is a Charlotte Mason style. They have spines and living books. They have a notebook that you can purchase. And they also have some extra studies. Like, let's see. They have a signer's study. So, and I know they have like a composer study. I'll pull that out in a minute when I find it. So I'm not sure all that we're going to use, but I know we're going to be using it for the history. I'm excited to look through it, through the scheduling, look at the books, just sort of decide on what we want to do next school year. Now, I did do a brainstorming video for my upcoming 7th grader. I will link that below, because a lot of my thoughts are still the same. I'm not going to make a final decision until I go to a homeschool convention, which I have the opportunity to do this school year, so I'm excited. But, all right, let's go ahead and let me see if I can find the spines and show you those, and then the living books. And what I think, the way Heart of Dakota sells it, you can buy the books individually. You could buy the guide and just find all the books used. You could buy it as a set. Now, the first set would be your economy set, which would include the spines, the extra studies, the Bible, and whatever else I'm about to show you. And then you actually purchase the living book separately, the science, they have language arts, and I'll share a little bit about all that. They also have science. Did I mention that? And I think she's got some of those books in here, and math. So let's take a look and see all that is in here. Okay, I'm realizing I didn't have my microphone on. So let me know. Does it make a difference? I feel like because I'm upstairs and it's a lot more bigger in here, then it might echo a little bit more if I do not have it on. So I'll find out, and you can let me know also. I'm going to go ahead and start with the economy package. I sort of pulled out the spines because it would have just taken me too long for you to watch me find every single book. But one book I'm excited about is George Washington's World by Geneva Foster. This is one of the books they are using. I actually have a few of these books, like a handful of books that I have been saving, hoping in the future that I would someday use this particular guide, because I have used all the middle school guides throughout my homeschool journey, which is, we are on our 16th year, but I have not used this one. So I am so excited about these books. The Story of Napoleon, The Growth of the British Empire, The Great Republic. Now, this is by Christine Miller, but it has been revised and expanded, and they use the ancient history, her ancient history one in Creation of Christ, which we really enjoyed, and that was really good. So I'm excited about this book. Hearts and Hands History Lives book. Now, let me tell you just a little bit about this series. They use, this is like church history. They use it from Creation of Christ all the way through middle school. I think they even use one of the books in high school. But they are not printing these books anymore. So Heart of Dakota is going to have to make some changes, and we really love these books. They don't want to make the changes, but they cannot find the books to be able to purchase to sell to you because they won't print anymore. But I will tell you, for right now, I know you can get it on Christian book distributors, the ebook, or you can find them used all kinds of places like thrift books. I actually have the whole set. This is her copy, but I will not need to borrow this one because I have the set. But unfortunately, the author decided he didn't believe everything he wrote. So I'm thinking he had head knowledge but never had heart knowledge. I don't know. It is a sad situation, and these are good books if you ever get your hands on them. So they will be changing them in the future in the guides. So I just wanted to let you know about that, but we are going to continue to use this one. All right, continuing with the economy package that they have. So if you look online, I will link them below. I encourage you to order a catalog if you're curious for anything, just the living books, if they have it all broken down in different ages and lots of choices, and they've all been great books that we have used over the years. Now for Bible, they use the Hidden Treasures in Hebrews. This is one thing I'm not sure if I'll use. I am excited because they will be memorizing Hebrews 11, but I need to look through this a little bit to see if I'll be using it. I don't know yet. They also use the Apologia book, Who is God? And like I said, they will have a signer's study. And they'll be using this book, and there's notebook pages, which I think is just a picture of the signer and his name and his signature. So, but this would be a very good fun study to do. I think it would be great to learn about all those men. Now, they have another, just trying to get everything out for you. They do have a couple more that would be considered, I think, the spines, but they are CDs. Like, this is Thomas Jefferson. They're both audiobooks, I think, or audios by Tim Wise. So Thomas Jefferson and the early American founding fathers, and then Abraham Lincoln and A Heart for America. So, and these would be in that economy package. Now the study, the music study they have, I feel like there's another CD I'm missing. Yep, there it is the composers, and they have this one. I've always been so curious about this. It looks like they have things that you can print off on the back of this hands-on activity pack for composers. And then they also have the CDs that they sell for the music. And that would just be an extra study that you would work throughout the whole school year. So, and it's all scheduled in this guide that I mentioned. So, and I'll just give you a glimpse at one day's worth. So one day's, you would just open it up and you would have reading about history project, story time, research, and that'll be, a few things will be different. Like they do have a state study. Now that is the other study, I think, and those would be the extras. So, and she doesn't have the exact book for that. I didn't see it in there. Bible quiet time, they have language arts, science, Bible, inventor, and science study. And I'll show you those. So All that would be in one day, give you directions on what to do. There's written narration and some research. They just sort of build on skills so you can work your way to independence through those middle school years and be ready for high school. So it's really good. All right, so I think that was it for the economy package. Okay, these are not in the order, but I'm going to go through them real quick. Let me know below if this is helpful, seeing all this, if you are interested in Heart of Dakota and a little curious about it. Now remember, this would be ages 11 to 13, depending on skill, and I will be using it for my 7th graders. So these would be read alouds, or in this guide, they work it where it could be independent. So each box will either say an I for independence, a T for teacher. This one has an I/teacher. So either way, whatever way you decide, this is the year that they could do these living books on their own. So now remember, these are not in order, but the Reb and the Red Coats, George Washington Carver, The Voyage of Patience Goodspeed, The Mozart Girl, Amos Fortune. Now I have read this book with some of my boys, with Daring Faith. We've read about her, but not that particular book, and that is about Amy Carmichael. John Paul Jones, and some of my boys have read this book, but I have not. Songbird, see if you can see that. Gabriel's Horse. Seaman. One of my boys did read this book and he really, really liked it, and at that time we just got it at the library, so we don't actually have that book. Florence Nightingale. Shipwrecked. Okay, now these were not in the order, so I just want to remind you of that. Now that would be a package that you can order for the living books or read alouds. All right, let me show you the science, because where did I put that? It's under these read alouds. They have two options for science. One would be the inventor's study, and the other one is the one I mentioned in my brainstorming video for 7th grade. It is a science that I've been interested in for a long time. It's called Exploring Education Curriculum. It is more of a hands-on. So she's not going to have it in here because you actually get things and you build and make things, and I think some of it is on the computer. So she doesn't have that in the box, and that is something I would have to decide if I want to use. And if you watch my video, you'll see my other thoughts on science. But these are the books that would be considered for the inventor study, which I find very interesting. So we'll see the story of inventors. Henry Ford. Michael Faraday. I'd be interested in that book. 4 American Inventors. The Wright Brothers. And this is Always Inventing. It's a photo biography of Alexander Graham Bell. So that looks like that would be really fun. So that would be science, and you can add on the other curriculum that I was talking about, which is more like a physical science, and you can get it just at, like a 7th grade level, or you can get an advanced level, which would actually be considered a physical science for high school. So okay, let me mention real quick the math and language arts. Language arts they use Rod and Staff. That is not in here because I think she gave it to me to borrow, so I probably have it downstairs. So that would be Rod and Staff. And then this is the writing that they'll use in this guide, and it's called The Exciting World of Creative Writing. It looks really good. I have never had one that really loved writing except for this last son, my 4th boy. So I'm going to look at this a little bit more and see if it's something. I think it's not even something they do every day is what I'm thinking. I haven't even looked at the guide on this with their language arts, but I wanted to share that with you. And for math, they have a couple different choices. I can't remember them all, but this is one of the books they had in there, which is from Master Books. And this is what was in her box that she gave me. But we are a Matthew C. family, and I know that we will continue with that because he's actually right in the middle of one of the books. So I just wanted to share this with you. I hope it was helpful to see it all, and I'm excited to go through and look at it all, and I will definitely be doing a 7th grade curriculum pick when I finally narrow everything down, which again will probably be in May, maybe even towards the end of May, because the homeschool convention is in May. So, all right, if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join us. And if this video is helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate you all watching, and we will talk to you again soon.